This next question is a bit of a mouthful, but I love to ask it and see what your answer is going to be. Could you describe in detail a particular scenario or incidents where you utilized your own philosophy on leadership? You know, you'd mentioned empowerment earlier. Some of our previous guests like to tie back to that, but you can answer it really however you see fit.
First of all, I look at everything, every challenge, as a possibility, not an obstacle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really a big piece of who I am. So when you talk about my style of leadership, it would be reflected in the fact that I see everything as a possibility.
Sure.
So we already talked about our flying to Washington to meet with Bill Keynes and try to convince him that he was going to help this fledgling quilt organization, you know. Another thing that was really at the beginning of my really looking at myself and looking at possibilities for myself was when I was taking, it was a short course that the Junior League was giving. I was not a member, but they invited other people as well, where you were trying to turn your not-for-profit resume into a resume where you could go out and get a paying job. Okay? So that was the objective of this little 3-day, you know, course thing. And so I was given a list of qualities or accomplishments that I could do. So basically it was on a list of 1 to 4, and you could check off, you know, were you good at organizing? Were you good at this? Were you good at that? And so I did it. I checked off all these things, and a friend looked at me and said, boy, you know, you really checked off a lot of things. You really think you do a lot of things well, don't you? And I said, yeah, I really do. I mean, I'm really good at all this organization stuff. You know, I knew that. I was that much self-aware. Well, the bomb hit the next day when you had that same list and you had to mark it according to what you were liking to do.
Ah.
Okay?
That's a different animal.
And then it was a different animal altogether. And I realized that I was doing what I was doing for the approbation of others. To say, oh, Shelley, you're wonderful. Oh, you're so great. Will you chair this? Will you do that? But it wasn't really, I wasn't really doing it for my soul. And at that very moment is when I made the decision that I was going to disconnect from all of those things, pay everybody back that I owed for doing things for me, and then move on. And that's really when my becoming open to quilts and open to all these other things really started. So that's a piece that doesn't fit exactly, but it does fit some.
No, it works.